For years, Ford Motor Company stood as a proud symbol of American manufacturing, until a policy meant to protect U.S. jobs forced it to shut down factories, lay off workers, and raise prices. On May 17th, Ford dropped a bombshell announcement. It would idle plants in Chicago and Michigan, halting production of the Explorer, Bronco, and Ranger. Thousands of workers were sent home with no return date. The reason? President Trump's 25% tariff on imported auto parts, a policy designed to punish China and Mexico, but now crippling American factories instead. The tariffs created an impossible situation for automakers. While vehicles assembled in the U.S. avoided the tax, many critical components still came from abroad. A single Ford truck might contain parts from a dozen countries, each now subject to punishing tariffs. This wasn't about moving jobs overseas, it was about the reality of modern manufacturing, where supply chains span continents. The damage spread quickly. General Motors scrambled to cut shifts and move some truck production back to Indiana. Stellantis, the parent company of Chrysler and Dodge, froze operations at plants in Canada and Mexico, triggering layoffs at U.S. supplier factories. In Michigan and Indiana alone, over 900 workers lost their jobs overnight. The tariffs were supposed to bring manufacturing back to America, but the opposite happened. They made it more expensive to build cars here, forcing companies to slash costs just to survive. Ford fought back with desperate measures. It raised prices on Mexico-made vehicles like the Bronco and Mustang Mach-E by $2,000 to offset the tariffs. It halted exports to China, abandoning one of the world's biggest car markets. Executives warned investors of a devastating $1.5 billion profit hit in 2025, but none of it was enough. When reporters asked President Trump about Ford's crisis, he dismissed it, saying they should have moved production back sooner. His message was clear: no retreat, no compromise. The ripple effects hit everyone. Dealerships jacked up prices as inventory shrank. Consumers faced the steepest car price hikes in years. Wall Street panicked. Auto stocks plummeted as analysts predicted the industry could lose over 1 million sales in 2025. Meanwhile, in factory towns like Kokomo and Toledo, workers who had survived the 2008 recession were suddenly jobless, with no timeline for returning. The real problem? The auto industry depends on a global supply chain. The tariffs didn't just hurt imports, they shattered U.S. production. Steel and electronics became 25% more expensive. Canadian and Mexican parts faced new border taxes. China retaliated with tariffs on U.S. cars, locking American automakers out of a critical market. Ford CEO Jim Farley called this the fairest fight in decades. But workers, caught between Washington and corporate cost-cutting, were left asking the hard questions. Was this worth it? Who's actually winning this trade war? The tariffs were supposed to protect American jobs. Instead, they proved a harsh truth. In a global economy, trade wars don't have winners, only casualties. So what do you think? Did these tariffs protect American jobs or end up hurting the workers they were supposed to help? Let me know in the comments below. And if you found this breakdown eye-opening, don't forget to like and subscribe for more deep dives into how policy shapes our economy. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.